Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. If you don't like foul language, get off the channel. Now, by now you've heard that Epstein committed suicide. Um, what can I add to that story other than what I tweeted out a little bit ago, which is the most dangerous thing to be on the planet is a friend of the Clintons, because you're guaranteed to commit suicide at one point or another. So, who is surprised by a show of hands that Epstein, who was in a jail cell on suicide watch, presumably with no means to commit suicide and under constant observation, hung himself? And if you look at the news, I haven't found out yet what he hung himself with. I mean, it's possible he could have shaved off his foreskin and fashioned a noose, but that's kind of unlikely. So if you remember, he was found unconscious in his cell, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, and he had tried to kill himself, and they found handprints on his neck. I mean, hello. So we were talking about that, like, how could that happen? How could somebody be got to? And here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone, anywhere can be gotten to. Let's just do a hypothetical. Let's pretend like you're the Clintons, let's just say, and pretend like they're really dirty people and they destroy evidence and they fucking eat children and molest kids and all the other shit that we know that we think that they do. Now, by the way, if I commit suicide after this video, I'm telling you, I didn't commit suicide. Why is there 2 drones that just fucking hovered over my deck right now? Anyways, here's the deal. Money can buy off 99.9% of the entire world. So some people can't imagine how the fuck somebody on suicide watch in a cell could get murdered. I mean, commit suicide, or be forced to commit suicide, or hang themselves, or get hung, whatever. Here's how it would work in my hypothetical world. So you got, let's just say you got some prison guard whose job it is to watch Epstein. And he's all in that room there. And you got other prisoners. Now, by now, if you want him dead, the first thing you do is you already research where he's at. You get a hold of the prisoners. You find out who's in there. Everybody knows somebody. And so now you got to get prisoner A to the door where Epstein is nice and safe, right? So let's say the guard gets a phone call, and it's hypothetical. I'm not saying this happened. Let's just say the guard gets a phone call, and a voice on the other end says, hey, at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, you're going to fucking walk away into the break room and you're going to check your voice messages or whatever the fuck, make a cup of coffee, and you're going to be in there for 15 minutes. And you're going to leave the door unlocked to Epstein. And if you don't, your whole family's going to disappear. Or you're going to disappear, whatever. If you do, your bank account or an offshore account will have 10 million bucks in it, which is like fucking 3 cents to the Clintons. And we'll give you the password so you can get that money out and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, another guard got paid X amount of money, let's just say hypothetically, to be escorting your prisoner hitman who is going to fucking do the dirty deed. At 6 o'clock in the morning, you're going to have this prisoner fucking X in front of Epstein's door, and then you're going to go make a phone call out of sight for 15 minutes. X goes in there, does the deed, makes it look like a suicide in some way, and that's how it's done. How do I know this? I really don't, but it makes sense to me. I mean, my point is, why are we surprised? I mean, those that have watched my channel long enough know that I'm a slow waker-upper when it comes to good guys and bad guys, but I am becoming awake. And look, judges can be paid off and are paid off, and fucking, cops, everybody can be paid off. There's a price usually for anything. For example, if you were going to fucking try and buy me off and you showed me a bag of chocolate chip cookies and a gallon of milk, there's not much I wouldn't fucking do to get a hold of that. So, no surprise, Epstein's gone. A lot of fucking people are probably happy about it. People who he had information about. Like somebody I'm very close to said, I hope that, for a billionaire, I hope he was smart enough to have left an insurance policy, which if I was him, I would, not that he's a nice guy, by the way, he's a child molesting cocksucker and I'm glad he's dead, but it would have been nice to catch them all, right? So hopefully he made a phone call somewhere and had a voice recording saying, if I end up mysteriously dead, here's a list of names and here's what they've done. And and as far as the autopsy goes, look, man, if I was in charge of this circus, I would have his body flown to a military base, classified as to what base, and have the military perform an autopsy on him. Because just like the guards and whoever else could have got paid off, the mortician, the coroner that's going to do the autopsy, not mortician, the coroner that's going to do the autopsy, he could receive a phone call in the middle of the night. Hey, how much do you love your grandchildren? Now all you got to do is check the suicide box and you're a rich man. But if you don't check that box, you're going to be sitting with Epstein, wherever the fuck he is. So it's a dirty, dirty world. It's a dirty reality. Listen, if the truth were to come out, we already know that the Clintons get away with fucking everything, including murder. I mean, I don't have to mention the long list, I think, going all the way back to Vince Foster, who fucking shot himself in the head after walking through mud and didn't get a grain of fucking dirt on his fucking shoes. I mean, if you happen to be a friend of the Clintons and you're watching this video, you better get your fucking affairs in order, because that's a dangerous position to be in. And it's not just the Clintons, it's that whole dirty fucking nasty ass fucking child molesting, snuff film making, baby eating, psychotic, demonic fucking gang of motherfuckers that are trying to destroy the country and rule the world. Other than that, things are good. So hope you guys are doing good. That's my take on it. What's yours? LMS Tactical. Stay safe. I'm out.